When you look around the world, it is easy to see that money is unevenly distributed. Some people seem to build wealth almost effortlessly, while others struggle no matter how hard they work. On the surface, it may appear that luck or privilege is the deciding factor, and while those play a role, the deeper truth is that rich people and poor people treat money very differently. Their habits, beliefs, and daily decisions with money create entirely different financial realities. In this video, I will break down the major differences between how rich and poor people handle their money and what you can learn from those differences to transform your own financial life. The first major difference is how each group views money itself. Poor people often see money as something to be earned and spent. They work for a paycheck, and once it arrives, they use it to cover bills, buy necessities, and then spend the rest on wants. For them, money is survival and comfort. Rich people, however, view money as a tool. They see it as energy that can be invested, multiplied, and leveraged to create more opportunities. To them, money is not just for spending, it is for building. The second difference is in the order of priorities. Poor people pay everyone else first. The landlord, the utility company, the supermarket, and then if anything is left, they may try to save. Rich people reverse this. They pay themselves first. This means they set aside a portion for investments, savings, or wealth building before spending on anything else. This habit ensures that their money works for them instead of disappearing through expenses. The third difference is debt. Poor people often use debt to buy liabilities, things that lose value such as cars, gadgets, or clothes. This creates a cycle of payments and interest that drains them further. Rich people use debt strategically. They may take loans to buy real estate, start businesses, or invest in assets that generate cash flow. The rich understand that debt can either enslave you or empower you, depending on how it is used. Another key difference is the way poor and rich people think about time. Poor people trade time for money. They work hourly jobs or salaried positions and believe their income is fixed by the hours they put in. Rich people think differently. They design systems, investments, and businesses that earn money even while they sleep. This is why passive income is such a central theme in wealth building. When your money works for you, you are no longer trapped by the hours of the day. Spending habits also reveal a clear divide. Poor people often buy luxuries to appear rich. They want the latest phone, the designer clothes, or the flashy car, even if it means going into debt. Rich people may enjoy luxuries too, but usually after their assets can pay for them. They focus first on building wealth and then let their investments cover luxuries. To the poor, appearance often matters more than reality. To the rich, financial freedom matters more than showing off. One of the most important differences is financial education. Poor people rarely study money. They may avoid financial topics because they feel overwhelming or boring. Rich people study money relentlessly. They read books, take courses, attend seminars, and learn from mentors. They treat money like a skill that must be mastered. This education compounds over time, allowing them to make smarter decisions and avoid costly mistakes. Risk is another area where the divide is clear. Poor people see risk as something to avoid completely. They prefer to keep money in cash or in a savings account because it feels safe, even though inflation slowly erodes it. Rich people understand that wealth is built by taking calculated risks. They diversify, they study opportunities, and they accept that sometimes losses happen. But they know that without risk, there is no growth. Now let us talk about mindset. Poor people often believe money is scarce. They operate from fear and limitation. This scarcity mindset makes them think that opportunities are rare and that if someone else wins, they lose. Rich people believe in abundance. They see opportunities everywhere. They do not fear competition because they believe wealth can be created endlessly. This mindset difference alone changes how each group acts, and those actions create completely different results. The difference also shows up in goals. Poor people focus on short-term comfort. Their main aim is to get through the week, the month, or the next bill cycle. Rich people think long-term. They set 5-year, 10-year, and even lifetime financial goals. This long-term thinking influences how they spend, save, and invest. While poor people look for quick gratification, rich people delay gratification for bigger rewards later. Another powerful difference is how poor and rich people use their networks. Poor people often spend time with others who complain about money, blame external factors, and reinforce limiting beliefs. Rich people surround themselves with others who challenge them, inspire them, and share ideas. They know that the conversations you hear daily shape your financial reality. Rich people also understand leverage. Leverage is the ability to multiply results without multiplying effort. This can be through people, money, or technology. For example, instead of doing all the work alone, they hire teams. Instead of saving only from their paycheck, they invest to let capital grow. Instead of working harder, they use technology to scale. Poor people often avoid leverage because it feels complicated, but without it, they remain trapped in linear growth. Discipline is another dividing line. Poor people often struggle with consistency. They may start saving but stop after a month. They may set a budget but fail to follow it. Rich people treat discipline as non-negotiable. They automate their savings, they stick to their investment plans, and they maintain habits even when motivation fades. Over time, this consistency creates massive results. Let us look at an example. Imagine two people earn the same salary. The first spends freely, has credit card debt, and saves nothing. The second saves 10% every month, invests it wisely, and lives below their means. 10 years later, the first person is still stressed, while the second has a portfolio worth tens of thousands. The income was the same, but the habits with money were completely different. Rich people also see failure differently. Poor people see failure as proof they cannot succeed, so they stop trying. Rich people see failure as feedback. They learn, adjust, and try again. In money matters, this means that while poor people may give up after one bad investment, rich people refine their strategies and grow stronger. One of the most overlooked differences is generosity. Poor people often believe they cannot afford to give, so they give nothing. Rich people believe in contribution. They give to charities, communities, and causes. This mindset of abundance creates connections, goodwill, and even opportunities that come back multiplied. Robbins and Kiyosaki both emphasize this contribution is part of true wealth. Another critical difference is how each group handles increases in income. When poor people get a raise, they increase their lifestyle. They buy nicer cars, bigger homes, or more expensive vacations. This is known as lifestyle inflation. Rich people, however, invest raises. Instead of spending more, they grow their asset base. Eventually, their investments cover luxuries, but only after wealth has expanded. Now let us summarize the most crucial points. Poor people spend first and save last. Rich people save first and spend later. Poor people use debt for consumption, while rich people use debt for production. Poor people trade time for money, while rich people build systems that earn money beyond their time. Poor people fear risk, while rich people manage risk. Poor people focus on appearances, while rich people focus on freedom. The lessons for you are clear. Start treating money as a tool, not just something to spend. Pay yourself first, even if it is only a small amount. Invest regularly and let compounding work for you. Use debt carefully to acquire assets, not liabilities. Focus on long-term goals instead of short-term pleasure. Surround yourself with people who encourage growth. And always keep learning about money. Wealth is not about luck alone. It is about patterns. The rich follow certain patterns that build wealth, while the poor follow patterns that destroy it. The good news is that patterns can be changed. You can shift from one set of habits to another at any time. So ask yourself, Which patterns are you living right now? Are you paying yourself first or last? Are you spending to look rich or investing to become rich? Are you avoiding risk or managing it wisely? The answers will determine where your financial future leads. In the end, the difference between rich and poor is not just income. It is mindset, habits, and choices. Change those, and you change everything.